Hello and welcome to episode number 9 of season 3. I am one of your hosts, Michael Abney.
And I am Marilyn Egan. And I can't believe it's number 9 already.
It is. I love the number 9.
Yes.
It's special.
It's a great number.
And we have a very special guest today.
We do.
I would like to talk to me about like the first time that you met our special guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. At this point, she had never been in St. Louis.
Okay.
And I had just been connecting with her through a friend here who knew her. And I said, I think I want to talk to her. Because otherwise we were saying, she was telling me things she said. And then she says, oh, yeah. When I would tell her something, my friend also told me that. I said, let me talk to your friend. So we texted and tried to schedule, and it just wasn't working, which it wasn't supposed to. And then one night, it was a Sunday night at 6:30, I get a message from her that says, hey, can you talk now? And we've never spoken on the phone. She really didn't know anything about me. And I said, sure. And we got on the phone, and she says, oh, my God, I don't know what you did under that full moon last night, but your mother, which had passed, which I had never told her she had passed, your mother has been trying to get a hold of you all day. I said, oh, my mom just passed a few months ago. She goes, yeah, I know. And she just wanted you to know that all of the pain she went through at the end of her life, it wasn't the drugs that gave her relief from her pain. It was the work you did. You are the one who relieved her pain. And that was so phenomenal for me to hear because my mom had dementia, didn't really embrace the energy work, but I knew she would thank me. I knew that it helped her feel good. But for her to give me that message was so, so huge. And that's been years ago. And I still remember that, those first words. So she knew when to call me. That's why we didn't connect before that. That was what I needed to hear. She knew when to call me. So, Michael, you tell your story.
Well, so I'd heard the name too from some of our close friends.
Yes.
And I walked into the Peace Place one day. I had no idea that she was there. And I walk in and she comes around the corner and I distinctly remember this moment like, holy mother, whatever, like the power of that, of her coming. I just was instantly like, oh my God, I'm looking forward to that session. Like I just knew that something magical was going to happen. And I didn't have a clue, but I knew. And after my first session, my life is transformed in so many different levels in so many different ways. Even I just had a session with her on Friday, and it completely went to another level. Went to another level. I'm going to still share this little story that happened yesterday. So I had this client, and this interaction was happening. She really wasn't. I knew in my gut that she really didn't trust me, but I never said anything. And it happened again. And in that moment, after that session, I was so clear that I had a new pathway forward. And I just, like in this moment, I saw she still doesn't trust me. I saw my old way of being, and I saw an access to a new way of being. And I just said, darling, you don't trust me. I can't help you if you don't trust me. I no longer can be your agent. And I released her.
Wow.
No talking about it. I just was so crystal clear. And I felt so free after that. Like it was just amazing.
Yay.
Like it was incredible. So it's changed my life in so many ways. I've always wanted to have her on the podcast since we started. We've talked about it.
Yes, we have.
We've talked about it last year, but she doesn't live here. So she only comes in town every quarter. So we are so absolutely blessed today to have an amazing discussion with one of the most incredible healers I've ever met.
Me too.
And she's here today too. And I'm going to allow you to introduce her.
This is my dear friend, Heather Olsen. She comes to us from Philadelphia, and I am hugely honored that when she is in town, she works out of my office space, the Peace Place. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Heather. Tell us a little bit about you.
Well, first of all, I am extremely humbled right now. You guys are both so amazing, and to talk about me like that is like, wow.
It's just the truth.
It is. Deal with it.
I just kind of show up. You know that.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I just do what I'm supposed to do. I came here and I just, I call it saving souls.
Yes.
And helping souls to save themselves.
Yes, exactly. Can you
And-
tell us how you got started in this work?
Yeah, no classes. It was a brain injury from a car accident when I was 23. I had to rehab. I lost my short-term memory, my long-term memory. My vestibular system was damaged. I went through all different rehabs, was on medications, and ended up masking my symptoms. So got off of everything cold turkey. Wasn't very smart. I do not suggest anybody gets off anything cold turkey, but found the holistic route. Went to craniosacral, went to Reiki, did Tai Chi at a senior center, was the tallest, youngest person there. Was the one with the worst balance also. But through perseverance, retraining my own brain, and fighting for myself, I was able to rehab myself and learn about the holistic world. So fast forward, went through disability, tried to work, went into skincare, but only worked in wellness centers because I could only do little bits of things. So I wanted to help people. That didn't work out. I was married at the time. He got an injury for his shoulder. I wanted to help him. Went to school for massage, got attuned to Reiki, and my gifts began to open up after that session.
Wow.
I never planned on using energy work for anything but to continue to heal myself. But somebody else had another plan, because every time I said no, they said yes. So I'd be massaging people and it was like, oh, you're going on a trip in 2 weeks down south. Have fun. They're like, what? I'm like, I don't know. And then people's family members were coming through and I was like, I think your grandmom's here, but I'm not really sure. And I would describe like, yeah, I'm like, yeah. What do you want? I'm like, I don't know. And it was just kind of one of those things where it just evolved. And then I got attuned to Reiki too. Reiki 1 was very, very traumatic for me. 21 days of complete, pure going backwards and reliving it with having small children and transitioning your own life. And it was very empowering for me because I let go of a lot of my mindset because I had the brain injury. So a lot of my memory was gone, and going through the first 21 days, everything came back. I remember my Reiki master saying to me, you need to keep in contact with me. You don't know yet, but you need to come in contact with me. And I was like, huh? She's like, there's just something different. Just please do it. Later, I found out that when she attuned me, there was like lights and the lotus flowers over my head. And it was all these things. And I would meet healers like through my transition. They were like, you don't realize like your accelerated path. And I was like, huh? They're like, you don't know who you are. I'm like, I'm Heather. Who am I? Like every time I met somebody, they kept telling me, you don't know who you are. I was like, okay. So fast forward to Reiki 2, my gifts open up a little bit more. And then eventually they just literally, it was like people were coming in. They're like, I heard about you. You helped me. You helped my friend, whatever. And I mean, the stories that I can share of just watching people's lives transform in front of my eyes in an hour is amazing. I mean, literally, they call me 7 years of therapy in an hour.
Yeah.
I go for the jugular. I have absolutely no filter. And I just love helping people, but I don't have the training. I got attuned to Reiki, but I'm literally just a conduit that has been through everything you can imagine. So nobody ever has to feel like they're less than or scared or embarrassed, because I can sit there and I can look them dead in the face and I can say, I've been where you've been. And if I can come out of it, so can you.
Exactly. I love that about you and your work. That's
My
so
humanness.
huge. Well, and that's it. We have to embrace our humanness.
Yes.
That's a part of it. And to do this work without ego attached is really the key and the gift.
And that is the one thing that I pray every morning when I wake up. Please allow me to come from a heart space at all time, to give those that need what they need, to help me to stay healthy, to give that to them. And do not let ego come in. No fear, no ego.
Yes.
Faith. I live off of faith every day.
Yes,
Wow.
you do.
What's amazing is I know other people that you've worked with, my friend Polly, that you've just, yeah.
We love him.
Yeah, I love him too. He's amazing. But you have this gift of, many gifts, but this ability to translate who you are, what you just said about the safety part and no ego and no judgment, that translates to somebody that's not even in the spiritual realms or world. They're just
Right.
walking around. It just comes across. And I felt it when I first met you, and Polly did too. And he told me yesterday after his session with you, he's like, there's this, I think there's supposed to be this part of me that thinks that that's not real, but there's just not. Like, he kept saying that over and over again. I was like, well, Polly, it is real. It is real.
Yes.
It's undeniable.
Well, I think what makes me different than a lot of people is that I am like 7 people in one. If you think about it, I do the healing part of it. I'm a therapist. I'm a psychic. I'm a medium. And then it's kind of like I'm just your friend. It was only 5, actually. I miscounted. But what I mean by that is like every session is lumped into everything. So some people, if they need their loved ones to give me the key to what they've been through, I get that. If you need to know how to get to your future, I can help you release the blocks from where it was, go for that jugular, show you where it started, but then show you what's waiting. I have the way of seeing things from what is, what was, or what could be. A lot of people always get upset, and I'm very, very big about my people from the other side. I'm not a straight medium. I do connect, as we all do, in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. But I have no desire to stare at 12 dead people. None.
Same here.
Not only that, but how am I going to help the person on my table if I'm looking at Uncle Harry or Aunt Margaret and I'm like, I'd be like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, I wouldn't care about you. Like, I really wouldn't. I'd be like, whoa, this is like all these people looking at me. So I've asked not to see. Like, I've purposely asked every day to feel, to connect, to see in my mind's eye, to know, but not to see, because seeing will take away from the person who needs the healing. I mean, there's a million
Yes.
amazing mediums and a million amazing psychics, but I asked over the last several years, because it started out being just psychic-y, and it started out being a little medium-y, and it started out being little cards, angel cards and stuff, and then pretty soon I was like, people are on my table, and I'm like, what happened at 5? What happened at 13? What happened at 21? And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm saying. And then it's like, okay, when you were 5, your parents got in a fight, and your father threw the remote. And when he threw the remote, you got upset. And then you were 14, and you started doing drugs. And then at 17, this happened, and then this relationship happened, and blah, 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 blah. And that is why you have toxic relationships. And they're looking at me like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that 7-year-old little boy is the reason that you can't get a girlfriend or a wife, because you have trust issues. But that's what I do. I somehow have this beautiful gift and ability to connect the first moment that trust that everything is good ends, and why you don't trust now.
Yes.
Well,
That
you're getting
moment
to
of
the
it-
root.
Yeah.
The
you
core.
You pull
The
it
core.
out.
The core,
It's
or inception. I call it the moment of inception, when this energy first came in. Yes.
That's the only way to unravel it. The ontological
Yeah.
coaching stuff that I worked with is all about digging to the root, us trying to find it. And you go, no, there, pull, gone.
Right.
Okay, hello, rest of your life.
Well, and this is perfect, because what I realize in the work I do, it does no good to keep excavating like we were taught to excavate.
Yeah.
So the fact that she can go to the inception point is really what's needed in the way the energy is growing around us right now. So, but can I say, I've watched you in this growth. I've watched you as you're going, well, I got this and this, but I want to clear that. And I want to help him this way, and I want to help him that way. And it's just been beautiful
I know
to
you
watch
have.
you move into that space.
I know, because I look back at when I first started coming to St. Louis and how I got here, which is just a beautiful story in itself, and the people I've gotten to connect with, and their growth reminds me of my growth.
Yes.
And trust me, every day I say to myself, and it's that little bit of ego, but I hope I can give them what they come for. Like, I hope I can give them what they need. And some people come in and they get what they didn't expect, but they got what they were supposed to get. And that's the part of growth that I think is so beautiful, because the old me would be, oh my goodness, I didn't do it right, or they're not happy, or I didn't give them the answer, or I couldn't tell them when they're going to get married, or I don't know if they're going to have a boy or a girl. And now I'm like, it is what it is. This is what you got. You know what I mean? And this is what you needed. This is your puzzle today. And these are the pieces that were blank. And this is what I'm giving you. And you work on it. And after that, maybe I'll know if you're having a boy or girl. But right now, it's not my, and that's the thing, like, my growth has taught me that I want to be the healer. My beginning was, like I said, psychic-y, medium, card reader, but it's not me. I want people to have their best life. I want them to get to the root. I don't want them to keep holding on to the victim, the pity party for one. Right. I have no time for pity party for one. You know me.
Yeah, I know.
I got a 2-second rule for that. Like, I have no time. Because you know what? We can either live in victimhood, or we can be somebody who's survived and is living.
And free.
Yes.
And completely free. Absolutely.
Yeah. I've never felt more free in my life.
Oh, I loved our session.
I just never. Like,
Yes.
I literally, we have an event after the podcast today that is people gathering around the arch to, like, send love to the world.
I wish I could be there.
Fabulous is that? You will be there in spirit. I'll take you. So, like, yesterday I had that experience with that lady. Bless her heart. I mean, I wish no ill will. It just, I realized it wasn't a match, and I was disempowering her by me knowing that was now disempowering if I didn't act. And it was so much freedom. And when that ended, there was this, just from the ground up, just tingle all the way through my body. And I just knew that was part of our session. It was part of a layer coming off for me to be more free. And there's this song by RuPaul called "Little Bit of Love Goes a Long, Long Way." And I want to do a video about today, and I'm going to put that under the track. But I was listening to it, and I was just dancing, and I was just so free. Like, I've never experienced that at that level before.
But do you know what that is?
What?
There's no ego. It's all heart.
Yeah.
There's only 2 emotions if you really think about it, and it's love and fear. And fear is judgment. Are they going to judge me? Am I going to be enough? Why don't they like me? You let go of the fact of caring, because at the end of the day, you didn't need that from her. There's no voids. There's no emptiness. Like, you're free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a gift.
But then again, she is too.
Absolutely.
She needs to find that person that does meet her vibration and that she
Yeah.
can work with. So really, like you said, it was also not serving her for you to continue to work with her, knowing there was an imbalance.
And that was a gift that you gave her.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Because you took that off of her plate.
Yeah.
She didn't have to make that decision.
Yeah. Because I knew she was thinking about it. Even though she had not said it, I knew. I knew.
Yeah. So
And
work
I was
for
like,
both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the highest good of all.
It was
our
beautiful.
intention always. So yeah.
It was just odd. Like, I just was profoundly struck by something that most people would, my business would consider a negative thing. It wasn't negative at all.
No, it's all perspective too.
Yeah. It was just, thank you. Like, yeah, I loved it.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
did the work. I just cut it off for you.
I appreciate it. I love being free, and I love the different levels of freedom. It's been my life's mission since I can recall. Like, the freedom is really where I've been. That's me. But I never knew that there was other dimensions to it. There was other nooks and crannies of being free, and what that really, really looked like.
Well, and I believe growth is unlimited. As the vibration around us rises, then even though we've gotten to a certain point where we feel free, it's like, oh, good, let's tweak that and have another piece of freedom, another layer. And, oh, there's another one now. But that's what we do now.
And the thing is, too, is we're going to be tested.
Yes.
And we have to go through you're going to have to go through something else at one point, and you're going to become freer again and evolve, and your vibration's going to get higher. So there's never an ending to any of this.
Right.
So the work that we do, all of us in our own ways, is to help people know that they can have their own personal happiness and freedom, whatever it is for
Yes.
them. Like, not to compare it to somebody else,
Right.
because everybody's story is different.
Mm-hmm.
And what was my trauma is not going to be somebody else's trauma, or what I can't handle, somebody else can handle beautifully. So we're not going to have the same lessons, and we're not going to have the same test, but we're all going to evolve as we learn from them. Learning is what we're here for.
Right. And
then teaching.
The growth is unlimited. And we all help each other too, as we're
Absolutely.
in this piece of the puzzle together. Even though we have separate pieces that we're working with, it's all supportive with each other.
Well, even in the healing world, I mean,
Yes.
how many times do you feel that people are like, oh, well, that's my client or this? No, there's so many different ways a person can be healed,
Yes.
and techniques and tools that they need at certain times. So there's enough healing in this world
Right.
needed. And for healers like you and I to work together and be
Yeah.
able to say, listen, I am stuck here, or, I think this would work for you, or, hey, what do you think? Is a respect of just what we're here for too.
Yes.
And that is
Yes.
something that we don't see often.
No, but I think that's
It's
really
coming together.
Right. When we're really in that space of doing this work, there
From
is
a heart.
from the heart, there
Yes.
is no competition. And that's why I'm like, yes, please come work in my space.
And
you
it's
know?
an honor to do that, because
Yeah.
the energy in that space is I can't even explain it. It's there's an empowerment, there's a dignity, there's a respect, there's authenticity. When you walk into it, you know that you're coming to a place where that you are loved, where you are cared about, where you are there's no judgment. It's a safe space. It's a safe space to let your guard down. It's a safe space for that person to open themselves up to vulnerability and to say, I'm scared,
Yes.
but I want this because I'm worth it.
Yes.
And that's a gift that you give me, because my space I work out of in my home in Philadelphia, that's where I have my safe space for my people. So to come someplace and to feel that comfortable as a healer is such a gift, because to have to go somewhere and to create it to be your own and to put your energy into it is overwhelming at times.
Yeah.
And to go to home, I call it. This is my home. St. Louis is my second home. And to
yes.
come to the peace place and to be home
Yeah.
is a true gift. And I thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I love it when you're here.
Me
I just
too.
feel like we can all feed on each other this way and
I'm
work
just-
together. And that's really what it's all about. It's about the oneness. It's about the unity. And it's about recognizing each other's individual piece of the puzzle here on the earth, embracing our humanness as we do the work in the light.
Yeah.
And
So thank you, Heather, for doing that.
can I say one more thing?
Sure.
So I know you've talked about my how I've evolved. I wanted to tell you a story really quickly, that the last time I came to St. Louis, I left here on the plane. There's no Wi-Fi. And I decided to open up my own healing center.
Yes.
And I am a licensed professional holistic healer in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm a PLLC.
Yay.
And I wrote the name down on the plane. I went home and I went on GoDaddy.com and I got my website, I got my domain and everything. And I decided that I wanted to rebrand myself as what I come to St. Louis for. When I come to St. Louis, I'm known as Heather, the healer that has psychic and medium abilities. In Philly, I was known more as a psychic and the medium that was healing. So I am opening up True TRU Healing Center, which is a representation of what I do, which is getting to the core of people's traumas, PTSD, relationship issues, self-worth, self-esteem, you name it, whatever it is, and helping them to get to the core of their problems, to be their truest self and to heal beautifully. But had I not had the experience of coming here over the last few years to be able to grow and to learn from healers like you, Marilyn, that have shown me the professionalism of this world that I did not understand, I would probably not be doing this. I have a beautiful support system in Philadelphia. I have amazing people here that have supported me, but watching you run your business was one of the things, and watching you as a healer propelled me to make that decision the last time I left this town.
Well, thank you. And I am so grateful you have taken the steps to do that.
Well,
that is fabulous.
You've only
Thank you.
told me for several years I needed to.
I am so grateful that you are doing that. That is so huge. And thank you so much.
Thank you for having me today. I'm so
Yes.
honored.
We are too.
Yay. Yes.
That's
what
really powerful what you just did.
Yeah.
Do you get that, Marilyn?
Oh, absolutely. I get it. I'm almost speechless because, yeah.
And you said like we all do have different aspects of, you know, we have the healing community here, and we've been showcasing a lot on our podcast lately, which I'm just thrilled to the moon about. But like you put it in a bigger context where it's like coming together, and we rely on each other, and the source of the Reiki. And, you know, Marilyn, you teach that. Like, what's your take on, like, I just want to touch just a little bit of the power of Reiki, you know, because that's what started it with me too. You know, I became a Reiki master in the 90s, and that's what opened that up for me.
Yeah, probably I started with some hands-on work and moved into the Reiki also in like 2000, maybe 2001. And now I work with an evolved level called Holy Fire, which that's what I really teach. And I love the way that has evolved. And I believe that you work with Reiki in that evolved manner. Like you said, you've learned everything like from osmosis. And
Spiritual jack of all trade, master of none.
no, I wouldn't say that
You're
at
master
all.
of one.
I think I think you've moved to mastery level, no doubt, sister.
Absolutely.
But yes, Reiki really got me started too. But what I love is our ability to step into the way Reiki is evolving and is faster moving. And it has a higher vibration too, because we are living
in it.
in a higher vibration. It's masked by some of the humanness that we see on the earth right now, but we really are weaving all of that together and moving into that multidimensional piece.
When you said that, I downloaded and I kind of felt like this idea that Reiki is almost like the universal energy language, but what we come here that's already instilled in us is what it opens for our other gifts to come through.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
So it's almost like Reiki
Totally.
is that universal like sun.
Yeah.
And when it shines on us, whatever we came here with our soul, whatever we are meant to do, it's already here, and Reiki opens us. And when it opens us, those gifts come through. And that's why everybody doesn't have the same gifts, because they didn't come with the ability. So some people just have intuition. Some people can see. Some people can feel. Some people can smell. Some people have the ability to communicate through writing. Some people have dreams. Some people see color. But not everybody has to do the same thing, because we came with something. And Reiki or energy or even meditation, anything that brings us to the higher vibration, opens it up and allows it to come out if we want it to.
Exactly. So I've had a lot of people who have come to me to learn Reiki. And I love what you just said, because I will tell them, I said, I believe that every person should receive Reiki energy. What would our world look like if everyone had Reiki? Because it's good. It enhances everything you do. It enhances your own heart.
But you know that many people come in with the mindset that they have to use it to work on others.
Right.
And it's not what it's
No.
for. I got Reiki to heal myself.
Yes.
I didn't want this. No, I'm not saying take it back, but I was going to massage.
Yes.
I start massaging people, and all this stuff comes. I didn't need to know about this happening at 3. I didn't ask for that. I literally, I didn't. I didn't. I mean, like this. I didn't need it. But the point is that it was already
Yes.
in me. This was what I was. I literally said, okay, I accept this 6 months ago. I'll take it.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's my job.
But whether it's for people to work on themselves, whether it's for a mother with children, whether it's for
Pets.
someone who cooks, whether it's for someone who takes care of animals, no matter what it is you are doing, if you work at the bank, I've got someone who just received Reiki and she says, "Oh, I just bless every dollar I hand over with Reiki as I give it to people."
my
I
God.
love that.
Isn't that
I
fabulous?
love that.
But I said, that's what we need. We need people to be open to who they are and what they're meant to do in every part of life, in every business, in every space.
so it's-
Walking down the street, it doesn't matter.
It's Reiki from the heart, not Reiki ego.
Right.
And that's what we have to go into. You should go
Yes.
into any healing energy that you do wanting to better yourself. And if it's already within you, that gift will come out and they will guide you.
Yes. Yay. See how fun we are together.
We are super fun.
Absolutely. Oh my God. I'm just like, "Wah!"
I'm already excited about the next time I come back and do this.
We were sitting in the car before we started our podcast and we're like, darn, we should have had a microphone going.
You know, talking it out.
Yes. Yes.
So like, this is amazing.
This is fun.
So I'm also present to like people listening to us, like listening back to us and like the questions they may have. You don't know what Reiki is, just Google it. Like it's everywhere. Like I'm telling you, we should do a podcast in the future just about your history of you have a really deep connection to Reiki.
I do, to Reiki, and I've been training a lot of modalities. Heather even jokes sometimes, good God, how many different kinds of guides do you need?
As many will be around.
But it's just, it is a foundational piece. So that's really cool that's what helped you open up to all of the gifts that you share with the world, because you share them and you share them big. And I'm really grateful.
And it's funny because I watch you and you have these, how do I put it? You have a story of how it all came about. Mm-hmm. Like every certificate or every book or every crystal, but you have a story.
Yeah.
I am the story.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing physical that shows it. It's all here because I don't have the training. It's just literally
Here.
Opened up. People say, can you train me? Can you teach me? No. Why? Because I don't know. That's the thing that makes me different. I literally show up.
Yes.
And I can see things and feel things and understand things and download things. And I mean, I was doing visual boards in an hour for people with their business plans. And I was like, oh, well, the dividends and they're like, you do finance? I'm like, I have no idea. I can't even add. I use my fingers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I talk about subjects that I have no knowledge about. I look at people's bodies and I find illnesses that doctors are baffled by, and they go back and they're like, how did you find out? They're like, my intuitive psychic healer,
Yeah.
But it's like, but I'm so honored to have the gift that I'm asking them to show me how I can share it more.
Yes.
And I guess this is probably the beginning of that.
Right.
Yes.
Because I'm very leery about, doing stuff like this. But when you guys ask me, you're so important to me, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Because I don't see myself in the same regard as other people. I'm not saying a comparison, but because of your training and, writings and lecturings and teaching classes and stuff, I always keep you in a higher regard. So when you talk to me in the beginning of this, I had tears in my eyes, a lump in my throat, butterflies in my stomach, because I don't always see myself that way, because I just show up. I don't think about what I do. I don't plan it. I literally just show up.
Perfect.
That's how we do this.
That's what we need you to do. This the world needs you to do. And you're doing that. And I'm really grateful that you're doing that in Philadelphia. Share this podcast to everybody in Philadelphia.
Oh my goodness, I'm sharing it everywhere, all my social media.
Yeah.
Well, that sort of begs the question, like, because I know it's like a singular thing. You show up and there's, somebody standing in front of you and you go. But do you ever get things like globally or for the big picture, or somebody that's listening to this podcast that says that resonates with some of what we said, like what could be a next step, or what's the like value that we could give them, healing that we can give them without them being in your presence, like through this podcast, like literally taking it to that level.
I mean, the big thing with me is like I'll get woken up at 4:00 in the morning and they're like, "This is going on. You need to talk about it." And I'll just go up and get a pen, and like like my phone will lock up, and I'll get a pen, and then I just write down what it's all about and what people are going through. And then I have all these people that will message and be like, "Oh my God, I woke up and I needed this, and thank you. Like I didn't realize this is what I was going through. I'm not alone." And then those people will start talking to each other, and then I'm bringing them support. So I believe that everything we're going through spiritually isn't a United States thing. It's a world thing.
Yes.
And so like I'm shown things like this will happen in 5 years, and in 5 years I see it, or be like, be aware of this. And, and it prepares me for what influx I'm going to have of situations that are going to happen. And I used to think I was a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs sometimes with these dreams. And then as soon as like literally I would wake up like 4 years later, I'm like, oh, that's what that dream meant.
Yes.
Oh, great. And it's just like, I mean, I think the thing is you just want every person that's out there is worth happiness.
Yes.
And they all deserve to heal.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
At their own pace.
Right. Right.
And you can't heal anybody else because the void that was put there was not put there by you.
Right.
And that's the one thing that we all do, is that we try to fix something and we try to fill a void that somebody else put there. And as long as you know that you're never going to fill that void, you can never self-sabotage yourself in any situation.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
That's probably the best advice I can give.
Say that one more time, because that was so incredibly powerful.
Now that's the problem. I can't
Can't
repeat
remember it.
myself because it comes through.
Thank
But
God we got it recorded.
Well, basically, as humans, we think we can fix a spouse or we can fix our children. Mothers are big fixers. And
Or
I know
fix
that was the
anything.
greatest thing when I figured out I'm not here to fix my kids at all. I have a contract with them, to be here with them, to go through with things with them, but I am not here to fix them. They have their own path, and if I allow them to move through their path, I fill in the piece that I'm supposed to fill in their path, and they move forward. They're the ones who heal themselves. We hold space. We play the piece we're supposed to play, and it's their path, their way, and that's the gift, because they're supposed to find their way.
And I'm going to just take that into the relationship sector, because
Yes,
we're going to do both sides. And that void is when you're with somebody and you are not there to make them happy. It's an equal
Right.
partnership. And if that person is not healthy, they are not your equal. One thing that's interesting that I've learned too is that when we do our work, sometimes we leave people. And this is what I've known, soulmates, and that can be a whole other podcast. But what I want to say is from what I learned, because I'm told things from different places and I'm told them over and over again. And so I pretty much start to believe them, but I never put my beliefs in anybody else. But the one thing I can tell you is that the void that was given there was for them to heal it. They're a mirror for you because you have some kind of void too. Mm-hmm. If you don't fix your own void and heal, and let them don't fix their own void, you're going to leave them. So soulmates come in because they're mirrors of each other. And what happens is if one person does the work and the other person doesn't, you're going to step up. Or at least you're going to say, do your work and come to me. But that's what it is. I call soulmates as stepping stones. Sometimes you'll step together. Sometimes you're going to step over. Sometimes they're going to push you up to where you got to go. The point is that they're stepping stones. When I see these women and these men sabotage themselves to try to fill the void that somebody else put there, and then they blame themselves, and then they do this, then they harm themselves emotionally, they're not healing themselves.
Right.
That's my biggest thing with healing, is that you cannot fill the void somebody else put there, because no matter how much you love them, how much you do, how much you give and give and give, there's a hole in it. And it keeps going down because you did put it there. The person who put it there could be another person, a relationship, a child, a spouse, their mother, their father, and that's their healing journey. So every single one of us has to stay in our own lane and heal ourselves to have a healthy relationship across the board with anybody.
Yes. Exactly.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm like,
That
wow.
says it.
Yeah,
Like, we could do another whole podcast
totally.
right now.
Totally, but we won't.
Yeah.
But we will. We
I will
at some
definitely
point.
come back if I'm invited.
You're definitely you're
course you
definitely
are.
invited. I'm just thinking like which subject to go forward with. But I think the relationship one
It's huge.
is huge because it's so easy to get sucked into it. There's so many things at play.
That's why I wanted to put it in there just a little bit because you asked me like what's universal,
Yeah.
and that's probably the
universal.
most universal thing I've seen, which is heartache and self-sabotaging your own life for somebody else's happiness.
Yeah.
And relationships, everything's a relationship.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything
I mean,
is.
work relationships, family relationships,
Relationship to money, relationship
Yes.
to your body, relationship to like the relationships are everywhere.
And relationship to the
So when you
divine
co-
inside. Relationship to, that's a big piece of it too.
And
It's
then-
all, everything. Everything.
And then if we talked about what we talked about in the beginning, that core trigger
Yes.
is where that started of you not having a healthy relationship with yourself. And so there's your core healing.
Yep.
And there's the answer.
There's your
Or
answer.
There's the place to start.
Yep.
But sometimes you don't want to go backwards because you don't want to see it. And you don't want to take, my favorite word is accountability.
Yeah.
Accountability is the first step to healing. If you cannot be accountable, you cannot heal.
Right.
We should make
I
t-shirts.
just call it looking at it. Look at it.
I like look at it.
See where I fit in that. And then you can let it go. But until you look at it, you're right.
Well, you know me, everything's rough. It's that Philly in me. Yep.
Right to the
Cutting
point.
cords, right to the point, you know.
Well, like so we're wrap up for today. This has been
Yes.
like totally alive and amazing, and I'm so excited. But like, Marilyn? What's your takeaway from?
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I have a specific takeaway, except that I am so happy that you've taken the steps to open up your own place. I think that's the biggest piece of our relationship that you have shared. And I'm just really grateful that she's seeing herself for what she really does and is opening up a space to do what she does.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
And I'm grateful that you came into our lives in St. Louis and my life. It made a profound difference that you'll always be in my heart. Always be in my heart.
For
Both of you are in my
sure.
heart.
Yes. Yes.
And it's just hard to express how grateful I am to know that there's more freedom to go.
It's the sky's the limit.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there's no stopping you, you're ready.
So what's next for you?
Well, the one thing with my healing center that I'm very adamant about, the reason I'm doing it is because I'm a believer that souls heal souls. So I've been very blessed to have touched many lives and watched them transform. And I am going to have meetups and support groups and bring them together so they can help heal each other.
Yep.
So everything from people who have taken care of their parents, that's the struggle that nobody talks about, and the stress of having to take care of your parent after they're getting older, you feel alone. Of course, widow and widowers groups and stuff like that. I want to deal something for children going through divorce.
Yes.
I want them to have a way of seeing that they're not the only kid.
Yeah.
And I want them to be able to talk to their friends or at least meet friends and they can say, wow, you know what I'm going through. I just want to give everybody's struggles, past or present, or what they've healed from, a voice. And I want to respect what they need. And I don't want anybody to think that they cannot heal.
Right.
Everybody has the ability to heal, and they're not alone in it. And if you can see somebody's success story in it, then you realize that you can have the same success story.
Yay. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect place.
So, Marilyn, thank you for being here. Thank you, Heather, for being here. And
Thank you, Michael.
yes, so it's a perfect way to start out this beautiful Sunday.
Yes, it is.
So if you guys have, appreciate you listening to us. If you received something today, a nudge, something that you never thought of, share it with us. Share it with us in the comments below. And we appreciate you listening to all of our podcasts. I really, really do. Mm-hmm. And we look forward to our next visit with Heather.
Thank you. Me too.
And you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.